Want to get rich quick in 2024? Let's be real, who doesn't want to be rolling in dough? While I can't promise you'll be swimming in a vault of gold coins, I can share some seriously smart money hacks that'll have you winning with your finances. And the best part? These aren't your boring old-school tips. We're talking about clever tricks with a fun twist that'll have you wondering why you didn't start sooner. So buckle up, grab your piggy bank, and get ready to transform your financial life. Let's kick things off with a classic automating your savings. Think of it like this. You set it and forget it, just like that crock-pot recipe you love. Every time you get paid, a little chunk of money automatically zips its way into your savings account. You won't even miss it, I promise. It's like magic, but for your money. Now I know what you're thinking. Graham, I'm barely scraping by as it is. How am I supposed to save? Listen, I get it. But here's the thing. You don't need to start big. Even stashing away $10 or $20 a week adds up over time. That's like skipping your daily latte a couple of times a month. Imagine this. A year from now, you've effortlessly saved up hundreds, maybe even thousands of dollars. That's the power of automation, my friends. It's like having a personal finance ninja working behind the scenes, silently building your wealth while you sleep. And hey, here's a pro tip. Set up your automatic transfers for the day after your paycheck hits your account. This way, you're less likely to spend the money before it even has a chance to say goodbye. Trust me, your future self will thank you. Imagine having a nice safety net for emergencies, a down payment on your dream home, or even just the freedom to treat yourself without guilt. Automating your savings is like putting your financial life on autopilot. It's the easiest, most effective way to build wealth over time, and it all starts with a few simple clicks. So, what are you waiting for? Go set it up right now. All right, let's talk about cashback apps, your new best friends in the quest for financial domination. These little gems are like secret agents, silently putting money back in your pocket every time you shop. It's like getting paid to spend money. Who wouldn't want that? Now I know what you're thinking. Graham, cashback apps? Are those things legit? They sound too good to be true. Trust me, I was skeptical at first too, but then I realized I was leaving free money on the table. Think about it. You're already buying groceries, clothes, and all that good stuff. Why not get a little something back for your loyalty? Cashback apps work their magic by partnering with your favorite brands and retailers. When you make a purchase through the app, they get a small commission, and they share a chunk of that with you. It's a win-win. The beauty of cashback apps is that they're so easy to use. Simply download your favorite one. I've got a few recommendations in the description below. Link your cards and start shopping like you normally would. You'll be amazed at how quickly those cashback rewards add up. We're talking free money here, people. You can use that cashback for anything you want. Pay off debt, invest it, or even treat yourself to something nice. Guilt-free. Imagine this. You're finally buying that fancy espresso machine you've been eyeing. You use your cashback app, and bam, you get a good chunk of change back. It's like getting a discount, but better because you didn't have to wait for a sale. Cashback apps are like having a secret weapon in your wallet, always ready to save you money. So, ditch the FOMO and join the cashback revolution today. You'll be thanking me later. Let's face it, nobody likes dealing with bills. They're like those pesky chores that keep piling up, demanding your attention and draining your bank account. But what if I told you that you could actually negotiate those bills and lower your monthly expenses? Yes, you heard that right. You don't have to be a master negotiator or a smooth-talking salesperson to get what you want. All it takes is a little confidence, a dash of charm, and my foolproof tips to help you navigate the world of bill negotiation like a pro. First things first, know your worth. Before you even pick up the phone, do your research. Compare prices from different providers, gather information about competitor offers, and arm yourself with knowledge. This will give you leverage during the negotiation process. Next, pick up the phone and be polite but firm. Remember, you're not asking for a handout, you're simply asking for a better deal. Explain that you've been a loyal customer, if applicable, and that you're considering switching providers unless they can offer you a more competitive rate. Don't be afraid to walk away. Sometimes, the best way to get what you want is to show them you're not afraid to walk away. If the provider isn't willing to budge, politely thank them for their time and let them know you'll be exploring other options. Remember, the squeaky wheel gets the grease. The more persistent you are, the more likely you are to see results. Don't be afraid to follow up multiple times or even escalate the issue to a supervisor if needed. Negotiating your bills is like giving yourself a raise without even asking for one. It's a simple yet effective way to save money each month, and that extra cash can go towards your financial goals. All right, let's talk about food. Glorious food. But not just any food. We're talking about the magical money-saving power of cooking at home. Now, I know what you're thinking. Graham, I can barely boil water, let alone whip up a gourmet meal. Listen, I'm not asking you to become the next MasterChef champion here. We're talking simple, delicious, and wallet-friendly meals that even a culinary novice can conquer. Think about it. How much do you spend on takeout and restaurant meals each week? It's probably more than you'd like to admit, right? Now, imagine redirecting even half of that money towards your savings goals or that dream vacation you've been eyeing. That's the power of cooking at home. Here's the thing. Cooking at home doesn't have to be complicated or time-consuming. There are tons of quick and easy recipes out there that even the busiest of bees can master. We're talking one-pan wonders, slow cooker saviors, and 30-minute meals that'll make you feel like a culinary rock star. Plus, let's be real, nothing beats the satisfaction of creating something delicious with your own two hands. It's like therapy, but with the added bonus of a tasty meal at the end. And the best part? You control the ingredients, the portions, and the flavor. No more mystery meat or hidden calories. Imagine this. It's a Friday night and you're craving pizza. Instead of shelling out $1.20 for a greasy takeout pie, you decide to make your own. You gather your ingredients, spread out the dough, and create a culinary masterpiece in your own kitchen. Cooking at home is like giving your wallet a warm hug. It's a simple yet effective way to save money, eat healthier, and impress yourself with your newfound culinary skills. Let's talk about generic brands, the unsung heroes of the grocery store. Now I know what you're thinking. Graham, generic brands? Are you serious? I'm not buying that off-brand stuff. Listen, I used to be the same way. I thought generic brands meant sacrificing quality for a slightly lower price. But then I had a revelation. Most of the time, generic brands are just as good as their name brand counterparts. Think about it. Have you ever noticed that a lot of generic products look eerily similar to the name brand versions? That's because they often come from the same factories. The only real difference is the packaging and the marketing. Here's the thing. Generic brands often cost significantly less than name brands, sometimes even half the price. That's a huge difference that can add up to serious savings over time. Now, I'm not saying you have to switch to generic for everything. There are definitely some products where the name brand is worth the extra cost. But for everyday essentials like pantry staples, cleaning supplies, and even some medications, generic brands are a no-brainer. Imagine this. You're at the grocery store, staring at a wall of cereal boxes. The name brand cereal you always buy is $5 a box. Right next to it is the generic version, practically identical in every way except for the packaging, for a fraction of the cost. Choosing generic brands is like finding hidden treasures in the grocery store. It's a simple yet effective way to save money without sacrificing quality. So next time you're shopping, don't be afraid to venture into the world of generic brands. You might be surprised at what you find. Let's talk about impulse purchases. Those sneaky little budget assassins that love to sabotage our best financial intentions. We've all been there. You walk into a store for one thing, and somehow you end up leaving with a cart full of items you didn't even know you needed. It's like a shopping spell has been cast upon you, and you're powerless to resist its allure. But fear not, my friends. Today we're going to break free from the clutches of impulse purchases and reclaim our financial power. First things first, acknowledge the enemy. Impulse purchases thrive on our emotions. They whisper sweet nothings in our ears, promising happiness, satisfaction, and a temporary escape from reality. But here's the cold, hard truth. That fleeting moment of retail therapy is often followed by a wave of buyer's remorse, especially when you check your bank account and realize the damage that's been done. So, how do we combat these impulsive urges? It's simple. We need to outsmart them. One of my favorite strategies is the 30-day rule. If you find yourself tempted by an item that's not an absolute necessity, put it on hold for 30 days. During that time, ask yourself these questions. Do I really need this? Will this item add value to my life? Or am I just caught up in the moment? Chances are, after 30 days, the initial excitement will have worn off, and you'll realize that you can live without it. Another helpful tip is to unsubscribe from tempting email lists and avoid browsing online stores when you're bored or emotional. Out of sight, out of mind. Remember, every dollar you don't spend on an impulse purchase is a dollar you can put towards your financial goals. Let's talk about investing, shall we? Now I know what you're thinking. Graham, investing, that's for Wall Street hotshots with fancy suits and even fancier vocabularies. Listen, investing doesn't have to be intimidating or complicated. In fact, one of the simplest and most effective ways to grow your wealth over time is through index funds. Think of index funds like the all-star team of the investing world. They're like a basket of stocks that track a specific market index, like the S&P 500. Instead of trying to pick individual stocks, which can be risky and time-consuming, you're essentially investing in a diversified portfolio of hundreds of companies with just one purchase. Here's the beauty of index funds. They're low cost, easy to manage, and have a proven track record of delivering solid returns over the long term. They're like the slow and steady tortoise in the investing race, consistently outperforming the get-rich-quick schemes in the long run. Now, I'm not saying that index funds are a guaranteed path to riches overnight. Investing always involves some level of risk, and there are no guarantees in the stock market. However, history has shown that index funds tend to perform well over time, especially when you factor in the power of compound interest. Imagine this: you invest a small amount of money each month into an index fund. Over time, your investment grows, not just from your contributions, but also from the dividends and capital gains generated by the underlying stocks. As your investment grows, it starts to generate even more returns, creating a snowball effect that can lead to significant wealth accumulation over the long term. Index funds are like the superheroes of the investing world, making wealth building accessible to everyone. They're the perfect option for beginners and seasoned investors alike who want a simple, low-cost, and effective way to grow their money over time. Let's talk retirement. That magical time in the future when you can finally trade in your alarm clock for sleeping in, your work clothes for comfy pajamas, and your daily grind for endless possibilities. But here's the thing: retirement doesn't just happen magically, it takes planning, discipline, and a whole lot of saving. And that's where retirement accounts come in, like your trusty sidekicks on the journey to financial freedom. Now I know what you're thinking. Graham, retirement? I'm still young, I have plenty of time to worry about that later. Listen, I get it. Retirement might seem like a lifetime away, but trust me, it sneaks up on you faster than you think. The earlier you start saving, the better off you'll be. Here's why. Time is your greatest asset when it comes to retirement savings. The sooner you start, the more time your money has to grow through the power of compound interest. Think of it like this. Imagine two people both wanting to retire with $1 million. One person starts saving in their 20s, while the other waits until their 40s. The person who started earlier will have to contribute far less money each month to reach their goal because they have the advantage of time on their side. Retirement accounts like 401(k)s and IRAs are designed to help you save for retirement by offering tax advantages and other incentives. Maxing out your retirement accounts is like giving your future self a high five. It's a gift that keeps on giving, allowing you to enjoy your golden years without financial stress. So, make a plan, automate your contributions, and watch your retirement savings soar. Let's be honest, keeping track of our spending isn't exactly the most exciting activity. It's like that dreaded chore we all try to avoid, hoping it'll magically disappear on its own. But here's the thing. Tracking your spending is like shining a spotlight on your finances, revealing the good, the bad, and the ugly. It's the key to understanding where your money is actually going and identifying areas where you can cut back and save more. Now, I know what you're thinking. Graham, tracking my spending? That sounds tedious and time-consuming. Listen, I get it. Nobody wants to spend hours on end scrutinizing every penny they spend. But here's the good news. Tracking your spending doesn't have to be a chore. Thanks to technology, there are tons of apps and tools that make it easier than ever to stay on top of your finances. From budgeting apps that connect to your bank accounts to spreadsheets that categorize your expenses, there's a method out there for every style and comfort level. Find a system that works for you and stick with it. Whether it's setting aside a few minutes each day to review your transactions or having a weekly money date with yourself, the key is to make it a habit. Tracking your spending is like having a personal finance assistant, helping you stay organized, accountable, and in control of your money. In the ever-evolving world of finance, knowledge is power. The more you know about managing your money, making smart investments, and navigating the complexities of the financial system, the better equipped you'll be to achieve your financial goals and secure your future. Think about it. Just like any other skill worth mastering, financial literacy requires continuous learning and improvement. The financial landscape is constantly changing, with new trends, strategies, and challenges emerging all the time. What worked yesterday might not necessarily work today, so it's crucial to stay ahead of the curve and adapt your approach accordingly. The good news is that there are countless resources available to help you expand your financial knowledge and make informed decisions about your money. From books and blogs to podcasts and online courses, the information is out there waiting to be discovered. Make it a habit to read books, listen to podcasts, or attend webinars led by reputable financial experts. Subscribe to financial newsletters, follow influential voices on social media, and engage in discussions about money management with friends, family, or online communities. Remember, financial literacy is a journey, not a destination. There's always something new to learn, and the more you invest in your financial education, the greater the rewards will be in the long run. So embrace the world of financial knowledge and watch your financial confidence soar. So there you have it, folks. 10 money hacks that can help you level up your finances and get one step closer to that dream life you've been envisioning. Now, I can't promise you'll become a millionaire overnight by simply watching this video, but I can guarantee that by implementing these tips and tricks, you'll be well on your way to financial success. Remember, managing your money doesn't have to be boring or complicated. It's all about finding what works best for you, staying consistent with your efforts, and never giving up on your financial goals. If you enjoyed these tips and want to see more content like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss an upload. Until next time, stay savvy, stay motivated, and keep crushing those financial goals.